How I saved my first $10,000 on a low income. Saving money is difficult for almost everyone, but it feels nearly impossible when you are living on a low income. Many people believe that saving a large amount of money only happens when someone earns a high salary. I used to think the same way. I believed I would never be able to save thousands of dollars because my income barely covered my monthly expenses. However, through discipline, planning, patience, and smart financial habits, I eventually saved my first $10,000. This journey was not easy. It required sacrifices, lifestyle changes, and a completely different mindset about money. In this video, I will share how I achieved this goal. Understanding my financial situation a few years ago, I was living paycheck to paycheck. My monthly income was just enough to pay rent, utility bills, groceries, transportation, and a few personal expenses. At the end of every month, I had almost nothing left. Like many people, I often spent money emotionally. If I felt stressed or tired, I would order expensive food or buy things I did not truly need. One day, I checked my bank account and realized I had no emergency savings at all. That moment scared me because I understood that a single unexpected expense could create serious financial problems. I decided it was time to change my habits and take control of my money. Setting a clear financial goal. The first thing I did was set a clear savings goal. Instead of simply saying, "I want to save money," I created a specific target, saving $10,000. I focused on saving my first $500, then $1,000, then $2,000. Having a clear target changed my mindset. Every spending decision became connected to my long-term goal. Budgeting was one of the most important steps in my financial journey. I knew where some of my money went, but not all of it. I started writing down every expense, including rent, groceries, transportation, and entertainment. After 1 month, I realized how much money I was wasting on unnecessary purchases. These included rent, electricity, groceries, transportation, and phone bills. These included eating out, online shopping, expensive coffee, subscriptions, and entertainment. Once I saw the difference between needs and wants, cutting unnecessary expenses became easier. Cutting expenses without feeling miserable. Many people think saving money means living a boring life. I discovered that smart spending is more important than extreme sacrifice. Here are some changes that helped me save significantly. Cooking at home instead of eating fast food several times a week. I started cooking meals at home. This single change saved hundreds of dollars every month. Avoiding impulse buying. Most of the time, I realized I did not truly need it. Buying second-hand items for certain things like furniture and clothes. Second-hand options instead of expensive new products. Increasing my income. Cutting expenses alone was not enough. I realized I also needed to increase my income, even if only slightly. I started looking for small side opportunities such as freelance work, online tasks, and weekend jobs. Sometimes the extra income was small, but instead of spending it, I added it directly to my savings account. Over time, those small extra earnings made a huge difference. This taught me an important lesson. Financial progress becomes faster when you combine saving with income growth. Building better financial habits. Saving money is not just about numbers. It is about habits and mindset. Paying myself first. Every time I received my salary, I transferred a portion directly into savings before spending anything else. Even if the amount was small, consistency mattered more than size. Avoiding debt. I stopped using credit cards carelessly and avoided buying things I could not afford. Debt creates stress and slows financial progress, especially when living on a limited income. Tracking progress. I regularly checked my savings growth. Watching the numbers increase motivated me to continue. Dealing with challenges. My journey was not perfect. Sometimes I wanted to give up because saving seemed too slow. While friends were spending money freely, I often had to say no to expensive outings or unnecessary shopping. A financial emergency does not mean failure. What matters is returning to your plan and continuing forward. The moment I reached $10,000, the day I finally reached $10,000 in savings, felt unreal. It was not just about the money, it represented discipline, patience, and personal growth. For the first time in my life, I felt financially secure. I knew I could handle emergencies without panic. That experience completely changed my relationship with money. Important lessons I learned throughout this journey. I learned several valuable lessons. You do not need to save huge amounts immediately. Small, consistent savings grow over time. Discipline is more important than income. A high income does not guarantee savings. Financial freedom takes time. Saving money is a slow process, but consistency creates powerful results. Mindset changes everything. Once I stopped seeing myself as bad with money, I began making smarter financial decisions. Advice for anyone starting their savings journey: if you are currently struggling financially, remember that progress is possible. Start with small goals and focus on consistency rather than perfection. You do not need a perfect income to build savings. You simply need patience, discipline, and a willingness to make better choices every day. Everyone's financial situation is different. Focus on your own progress and celebrate small victories. Saving my first $10,000 on a low income was one of the most challenging yet rewarding experiences of my life. The journey was not about becoming rich overnight. It was about creating stability, reducing stress, and building a better future. And that's the story of how I saved my first $10,000 while living on a low income. It wasn't easy, and it definitely didn't happen overnight, but it proved that financial progress is possible for anyone with patience, discipline, and the right mindset. Small steps, smart decisions, and consistency can completely change your financial future over time. If this video inspired or motivated you, make sure to like, subscribe, and share it with someone who might need encouragement on their own financial journey. Also, comment below and tell us your biggest money-saving goal. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next video with more tips on saving money, personal growth. Stay focused, stay motivated, and keep moving toward your goals.